This is August, about the 5th, 2013. The morning's just breaking. Heat hasn't quite hit yet. My trees are much bigger than the video I sent to you. That was about 4 years after Katrina. Now we're 8 years after Katrina. And there's my doggy Albert. Hey, Ab. Albert. This is actually, I wanted to show you. Anna's car. This is underneath one of Mama's paintings. Piece of painted furniture. A place of honor. This is my dining room. This is my parlor, which has more me stuff in it. Her lamp and the jardinier stand. I don't know if you remember. One of Papa's marble statues, which is also, we've got another one outside. The stairwell upstairs. This is the entrance hall. And up here is into where Mama has her sewing room and her bedroom and guest room. See the hutch she bought from my mama. And so there's the kids' table. This is Miss Kitty. Oh, Miss Kitty. This is the tea room in the garden. Look at it. We've got a lot of more tree growth now from those videos on the azaleas showing them. And you see some more buildings built. Over here is garage. And one's scratching on a piece of railroad tie cat. Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, Miss Kitty, look up. Look up, Miss Kitty. And there's Albert. Hello, Albert. Here's the desk. Let me see if I can back out. That went with the hutching desk. That went with the dining room set. It's here in this alcove. Some beautiful paintings from Mama. 14 by 19. And here you are, Daddy. And here is Mama and Edward. I think you took this photograph. Soldier boy. Love his paintings. Out here, this is the bedroom door. And it's a lot of tree growth since Katrina. This is the garden tea room where now since Katrina I set this up as I started to be a pavilion, and I enclosed it instead to be a nice place where we can go after a hurricane. We call it the garden tea room, but what it is something I can separately keep air conditioned without trying to do the big house also. You just simply, it's just too much square footage in the house to try to air condition without being hooked up to the main electricity. This is my camellia little grove I've got going. I love camellias, and these give really well. And this line of hedging is almost a Sanqua camellia, so it's quite beautiful. They're red. In the back, let's see, do the boat. Come on, Ab! This is my pump house. Oh gosh, I almost stepped in dogtooth. Back here on, that's where I do all my, keep my tools, project, my vegetable garden, which is really overgrown because I've been focusing on instead this boat project. This is the gate out to Uncle Bud's. This is my boat project that's ongoing, where I did a new gel coat. I'm still putting these things down and stuff. It's today's finish it up. Try to anyway. But I'm real pleased with this boat. Yeah, nice color on it. Perfect. It's just what I needed. And today's project is to take the tractor and move the mud. I had some river sand to do some work. Decided to knock down a little hump that was stopping an even roll of water over onto Uncle Bud's property. This is Uncle Bud's ranch behind us with the cows and one pig that is actually feral, but she's grown up here and she thinks she's a cow. I don't think you can see any cows right now. No, they're all getting ready to eat. They're down by the barn. They have a cow feeding station and a couple of the pastures. And Mexicans go and feed the cows, so they're accustomed to going there in the mornings. You try to feed cows grain once a day because it tames them to being handled a little bit. A little bit is the key word there, because these are beef cattle and beasts. See, I did this pond here, which I don't have on right now, should, using a trough, what do you call them? A watering trough for cattle that I painted. It's a light blue. I painted it black with a plastic paint and plunked some brick around it This is my job. It came out very nice. And that was so heavy to put in there. I keep doing things that are too heavy. And Mama built this about 4 years ago. I think about 4 years ago. Look at this. And Mama, pretty little bird feeding station. Little Victorian bird feeding station right there. And all the birds know where it is. Left the door open, not smart. There goes. Maybe that's where the air conditioner. Let's see. Here's Tommy sailing my boat. And Tom, Dave, and little friend JD. I think I'm a little breathy on this. I've just had bronchitis, so. This is my piano. You recognize movies for Tan set. This is a room where everybody congregates. It's Mama's studio, where she's working right now on that painting. And you never know who's going to be in here, besides Albert, the dog. That's why the sheet's on there. And it's her working spot. And here, it enters out onto the patio again. And that is done in 1803 by a guy named Benjamin Edward Spence. And it's called, darn, what is it? It's a Rabboni statue. It's Mary Magdalene in the garden. They also call it Highland Mary. There's one identical to it in the Royal Statuary Garden in Liverpool. They call it Highland Mary after Robert Burns' poem about Highland Mary. But it's also called a Rabboni statue for that moment in which Mary Magdalene sees Christ in the garden. And says, Rabboni. And he says, Mary, do you not know me? So she carries an unmarked book to indicate that she carries the word that Christ is risen. But until Pentecost, she does not know what the word means. I like her better as a Rabboni statue than Highland Mary. I'm not a big Robert Burns fan. They're okay, but, you know. Anyway, that's it, and I wanted you to see where your mama's clock is. Well stationed and appreciated very much, and I'm glad to have something of hers. And I bet you didn't know that I had a picture of you in my bedroom. All right, hope you enjoy this.